Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. And today we are going to talk about the Messi story. The story between not just Lionel Messi, it's about Cristiano Ronaldo. It's about other great players that are currently in the world football. So the story goes back to 2006. Uh, Italy won the World Cup, आपको पता है, and it started a trend कि maybe it's time for defensive football. Fabio Cannavaro, a defender, got the Ballon d'Or that year, and maybe we thought कि the attacking football trend that we saw with Ronaldo, Ronaldinho may not be that effective, and the South Americans uh, style of football may be fading. Probably उस तरह का एक feeling है, but slowly when Messi came around and the days he had with Barca, especially 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12. Messi again revived along with Cristiano Ronaldo that attacking football mindset. So the story starts with 2006, but the first meeting of Ronaldo and Ronaldo had already become a big player for Manchester United, and I think they first met in 2007 Champions League. The Champions League is the next big thing after the World Cup, and it's an yearly event. Maybe the context of Champions League in terms in front of the World Cup is not that big, but yeah, it's a yearly event. It's the biggest club event, and 2008 में they meet in the Champions League, and it was Paul Scholes' का goal that was the difference between Manchester United and Barcelona, and Manchester United going on to win the Champions League final, and also against Chelsea, where Cristiano Ronaldo again scored with a header. Cristiano Ronaldo's contribution from the wings, the dribbling, the speed at the wings was at that time the most a cherished thing in football. And Messi combining with Iniesta, Xavi, also at that time Eto and Thierry Henry. It was also a great thing to watch. So Barcelona, Manchester United, obviously two of the biggest teams to follow at that time. And 2009, it again happened. Both Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo in the final, and this time it was Messi who came up trumps. Beautiful game by Xavi, actually one of the best games of his life, leading with two assists, one to Eto and one to Messi, and Barcelona won that final, and at Rome it was, and that was the start of the Messi era. Then obviously there were other legendary things Messi did, like scoring 4 goals against Arsenal in a match, also combining well with Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who unfortunately just stayed only one season in Barcelona. So Pep Guardiola's style of football suited Lionel Messi because he could rely on the teamwork, he could rely on his teammates holding possession in midfield, and wing backs like Danny Alves, who were always uh, moving forward and trying to assist Messi, trying to set up goals for him. I think that worked wonderfully for Messi because he was not bothered. He had total confidence in his team's defense and possession ability. And the defense of Barca at that time was Puyol, Abidal, Rafa Marquez. So all very strong defenders, and he had total faith in them, total faith in Xavi and Iniesta and Busquets to keep the possession, and also the wing backs, Dani Alves or Abidal would come and also try to assist him. Silvinho was there. So yeah, Messi had a great team, and let's not forget the fact that football is after all a team game. And I think he combined beautifully with all the Barca players, the golden generation of Barca. uh, Coming up from the academy, he already knew how to play with a team, how to adjust to different players, uh, starting with Ronaldinho, and then with Henry, with Eto. And that was the beauty. 2010, Barca miss out on the Champions League. Obviously, Mourinho uh, parked the bus for Inter Milan, but 2011 again it was Messi against Man United, and by this time Cristiano Ronaldo had already shifted to Real Madrid, and Messi again, he just it was a devastating goal against Manchester United after Rooney had equalized. Everyone was thinking Manchester United against the run of play. Messi scores a goal, and then David Villa finished of Manchester United. And 2011 Champions League was again Barca and Messi dominated. 2012 Chelsea upset Barca, and after that, it felt like Barca were on a decline till the arrival of Suarez and Neymar, and the trio of MSN. The South American trio then started dominating Europe. It was all about MSN, and 2015 was the golden year when Barca won the treble after winning sextuple in 2009. Every trophy they won in 2009, it was in 2015 they won the treble, they won the La Liga, they won the Champions League, and it only felt that from here things could go to monumental heights for Barca, but actually it came down crashing, and the mismanagement of Barca was one of the main reasons, plus the poor quality of defenders. PK went into decline, Puyol's retirement, and substandard defenders, Xavi's retirement. Uh, all of these factors led to Messi being probably the alone contributor, and then Neymar's transfer to PSG. Neymar's big ego that he wanted to be the main man for the team that he played, which ultimately again flopped because he got Mbappe in PSG. So yeah, so I think Messi did well winning La Ligas, but I think 2016 was the year when Cristiano Ronaldo really came um, as a big challenge to the GOAT title that Messi was comfortably holding. And the Champions League performances he had in 2016, 17, and 18, 3 seasons back to back. Also, a big thanks to Gareth Bale, because I think in the big matches, it was Gareth Bale who was just brilliant. Sergio Ramos scoring in 2014 final equalizer on 93rd minute. Plus, it was Gareth Bale in 2016 semi-finals against Manchester City, as well as in the finals. So you know, but we can't discount Cristiano's performance in those campaigns of Champions League. I think in one of the campaigns he scored 17 goals. Then a brilliant goal against Juventus in 2017 finals. 2018 he had a great year too, which was again led by Luka Modric, winning Ballon d'Or that year. Plus a brilliant campaign by Croatia. So it was all going Cristiano Ronaldo's side until and Zinedine Zidane. I think he effectively utilized Cristiano Ronaldo's striking ability. Always Cristiano was found in the box. He didn't contribute much to the build-up because they had players like Isco. They had players like Marcelo in the wing backs. They always had Modric, they had Cruz, so they had faith. And before that, it was Ozil in 2000, pre 2015. So they already had players who they knew they could, who could provide the ball needed for Cristiano Ronaldo to score. And Cristiano was clinical at that time. I felt he hardly used to miss anything, which is not the case today. He misses almost everything, but that time he would find ways to score goals. He would find ways to find the net, and Cristiano's career graph suddenly was surging up before he decided to move to Juventus. I still believe that's an unbelievable, mysterious move. Why Cristiano chose to leave Madrid and go to Juventus. But yeah, I mean, Real Madrid still are doing quite well without Cristiano. They still won a Champions League with Benzema and all. But yeah, I think Ronaldo was the one who lost a lot of accolades in that move. Going to Juventus, he couldn't adjust to a new league, probably, or new team. That was that. But let's come to the World Cups. I mean, obviously, recently Champions League has been on fire, and Barca crumbled crumbled every time since 2016, whether it be Roma, whether it be Liverpool. It's all a facade for Barca after, especially even after playing so well against Roma, or they played so well against PSG last year, 2021, which was the last season of Messi. They still had someone who would just like Klopp or Origi, for example, Liverpool, and Mbappe last year of Messi's in Barcelona, and someone would come and just score 3 or 4 goals, and Barcelona would lose terribly. I mean, not Messi is not to be blamed for that always, but yeah, the team. It seemed like Messi said they were just putting fire up. They were not. There was no project to win a Champions League. The team's financial status, they were just buying. They discarded their formula of promoting La Masia Academy players to the first team, and there were a lot of foreign buys. Griezmann came, Dembele came in a record transfer, and Barca didn't use the money they got from the Neymar transfer from PSG well, and it was just chaotic. Obviously, the pandemic added to the entire debacle, and so Barca even couldn't afford Messi, couldn't afford Griezmann. They had to sell off a lot of players, and they are a club in decline truly until Xavi came and has resurrected a little bit of that old Barca. But Cristiano, after his failed Juventus tenure, so where he was just having the years of his life in Real Madrid, but Lionel Messi was having the years of his life from 2012. He scored 91 goals, and if you see the La Liga goals, so Cristiano Ronaldo has some 311 La Liga goals. Messi has some 500 La Liga goals. So both have been just amazing. Their goals per match ratio is just amazing. It's close to one. I think for Cristiano, it's greater than one. For Messi, it's around 0.97. But obviously, based on the team, Messi changed his role effectively. I felt he used to drop deep, and because when Xavi and Iniesta retired, he knew that someone had to drop deep to just keep the possession, just to effectively distribute the ball, the continue the play or start a counter attack, and he could not rely on anyone. Be it Ivan Rakitic, or we had other good names. Frankie De Jong came, Sergi Roberto. There were good players in patches, but he could not rely on those players to have that continuity in the game. And I think that started the decline of Messi's scoring ability as well, and uh, the troubles he had in international competitions also kept adding to it. And that's where I come. I think 2010 World Cup was one with Maradona being the coach, and great things were expected. Messi playing his full World Cup first time. Uh, they were just taken apart by Germany, Thomas Muller, and then came 2014 when I think Argentina under Sabella. He was a good coach, very defensive minded, but Mascherano had a very good performance. And final story could have been different had Messi not missed by inches, or had Gonzalo Higuain converted an easy chance, which he got a gift from a German defender. But it was a very tight final, and it was Mario Götze who scored the extra time. And 2014 was the first time I think the hearts broke for the Argentina fans. If you see Cristiano Ronaldo, he was also trying to continuously get an international trophy. Uh, World Cups may I felt that the Portuguese team was not of that quality. I think the best Portuguese team was 2022 team, which had lot of quality. I mean, they had Bruno Fernandes. Uh, I don't know where Renato Sanchez got lost. He was such a good player. Uh, Obviously, they had Bernardo Silva and a lot of good players around. And I felt uh, Portugal should have done better in this World Cup. At least Ronaldo's last World Cup, I felt Portugal should have done better. But yeah, it will be fair to say that over the years, Portugal have overachieved. They won a Euro out of nowhere. I think Cristiano was very good till the semi-finals. Finals, he got injured, and when he won the Euro, it was claimed that I think he's the GOAT because he won an international trophy, which Messi was continuously failing to do, having lost two penalty shootouts to Chile. Uh, it was just becoming a joke, and uh, he felt I don't know, matlab, these losses really took a toll on him mentally, because then he decided to retire and he was just tired of juggling the international duty, also being the guy responsible to do it all for Barcelona. I think mentally that he was just fatigued, and uh, I think he was right to call for retirement there, but thanks to the fans and to the young players of Argentina who urged him to come back to play for Argentina again. And after those devastating final losses to Chile in Copa America in 2015 and 16, he again came back. And it was 2021 when they finally won the Copa America, beating Brazil, and it was Emi Martinez goalkeeping that saved them against Colombia in the penalty shootout again. Emi Martinez was trash talking to all the players, especially Yeremy Mina. It's If you watch on YouTube, I think it's the most wonderful example of trash talking. A keeper trying to mentally dominate the penalty kick taker, and Messi actually played a very vital role in the Copa America when in 2021 he scored a free kick against Bolivia. Um, he was doing all he could, and obviously semi-finals was again knockouts were the main thing, where I think again Messi was found a bit lacking, and Argentina's main work was being done by Lo Celso, who eventually did not play the 2022 World Cup. So yeah, it was a great win, and finally Di Maria scoring in the final against Brazil, and handing that trophy to Argentina. So finally, the monkey was um, off the back from Messi, and also the move to Paris Saint-Germain, where he's not the main person responsible to do everything, because you have a galaxy of stars like Hakimi, you have Mbappe, uh, you have Neymar. So he's not the main guy responsible, and that cooled off the lot of pressure that was there on his shoulders, and finally he felt relaxed. And the way he came to this competition, he knew it's going to be his last World Cup, and the way he started, it was a penalty against Saudi Arabia, and then Saudi Arabia comes back to beat, and any other team could have panicked, because Spain is the only team which has won a World Cup after losing their first game, because Spain had a theory, they had a philosophy, they stuck to it, and they had a process. But I think Barcelona was one, Messi and Argentina was one team that could have really collapsed from that first defeat. And if you see the second game, um, against Mexico. Again, it was a very poor first half from both the teams, very scrappy kind of a game. And it was Messi's shot that gave the lead to, I think that was the most important moment for Argentina, because it was a knockout match. Again, it was a knockout match, and they could not afford a draw even. And that shot from Messi's, which was measured at 122 kilometers per hour, and it was from um, very far away from the goal, and that I think lifted Argentine spirits a lot. Obviously, then Enzo Fernandez scoring, Lautaro Martinez, who was the strike partner of Messi throughout the other campaigns, throughout the qualifying campaign, and he was benched, and Julian Alvarez and Enzo Fernandez were given the nod to go ahead, ahead of the club superstars like Paulo Dybala and Lautaro Martinez. And then comes the Poland match. I feel Poland match. Alex McAllister, he got a very crucial goal there, and Molina was doing very well in the right hand side. I felt Di Maria and Molina were really overloading the right hand side, but uh, credit to McAllister for scoring that very important goal against Poland again. And then Argentina move on to the knockouts, and it's Australia in the round of 16. Australia could have been a very tricky team. They had some great counter-attacking moves, and the strikers were really on the song. But it was obviously Messi uh, taking that goal, starting the play, and finishing that goal with that angle, which was 53 kilometers per hour. That's the speed of the ball which went into the net. It was such well placed and at such a good angle. And obviously, then uh, there was a 2-0 lead, and Australia could have come back. Amy Martinez saves a very crucial uh, goal opportunity at the death of the match. Argentina move ahead. So uh, then it comes. I think the moment of Messi in this World Cup was the Netherlands versus Argentina quarterfinals match. Because whatever transpired, the pre-match talk that was given by Louis van Gaal, the coach of Netherlands. I mean, that was a total disrespectful way of to talk. Like, you are already saying you will go to the Brazil match in semifinals. Neither you nor Brazil have qualified for semifinals, but you are already talking about them, and you're saying the real tournament starts now, and we are going to take on Argentina. There was previously some history about Louis van Gaal disrespecting Argentine players, especially one of the legends of Argentina, Juan Roman Riquelme, when he was in Barca in 2006. He was sidelined by Louis van Gaal because he felt that whenever Riquelme played, it was like Barca was playing with 10 men and not 11 men. So Messi scored a penalty. I think the best moment of the match was Messi giving that ball to Molina. I mean, that kind of a pass, that kind of a through ball to Molina, it was a no-look pass because Messi had already seen the run of Molina from the right wing, and then to pass from a nearly it's kind of an obtuse angle pass, like we say in geometry. You have acute angles till 90 degrees, but it's like a obtuse angle. It's kind of a reverse pass, and to find Molina so accurately and giving him enough time actually to avoid the challenge of Virgil van Dijk to finish that goal, that was just amazing. And from again, Messi scores a penalty, and there he gives a Juan Roman Riquelme celebration to Louis van Gaal. There things become very heated. Weerhorst comes on for Netherlands, and suddenly Louis van Gaal is playing what he knows best. That's just putting all the tall players into the box and firing in the long balls. And Weerhorst was good enough to score one, and then score from a very good free kick routine which they must have practiced in the training ground. And suddenly in a matter of 15 minutes, Argentina were 2-2, and I felt that this is it. I mean, Argentina could be eliminated here. Extra time goes on there also. Argentina had some good chances, and then you have the and there was one thing about Argentina. One good thing that I felt was you know after every time they went into the extra time, I think they just cooled down. They just thought what we were doing in the first half, where we were dominating the game, and they could actually dictate the extra time play much better than the opposition. Because before the final time whistle, the opposition was always in the second half. They were always dominating Argentina. But the way Argentina came with some good football in the extra time was really good. And they managed to go to penalties. It's no goals in the extra time, and in the penalties, obviously, I think there was some trash talking from Netherlands first that you're going to lose the penalty shootout, and brilliant from Emi Martinez to save those penalties, and brilliant from all the Argentine players, especially Lautaro Martinez taking that pressure penalty and scoring. So overall, after coming from that game, obviously I have never seen Messi so fired up and so engaged in the battle, and he really wanted to win this. Obviously, Argentine gave back to Louis van Gaal. Uh, so that was just amazing to see. There was a brawl, there was a fight. 18 yellow cards were given. The referee was just giving away cards everywhere, and Argentina were going to miss Acuna, one of their left backs, in the next match. Then comes the semifinals. Obviously, Croatia is a big team, although it's a small country. They've reached the semi-finals of Euros. They've reached the semi-finals of the last World Cup, and the legend of Luka Modric will only continue. But I felt that Croatia were defensive, and Argentina scored that early goal, and that was kind of a wake-up call for Croatia. They did attack after that, but obviously the most memorable moment will be Messi just turning Guardiola, one of the best defenders of this tournament, around and helping Alvarez score that goal. And then obviously Alvarez scored one of the best goals of the tournament. It was a solo run. That was also an assist from Messi in a way, but yeah, it was a great solo run which Alvarez took, and in that way Argentina qualified for the finals, and France, Kylian Mbappe was thundering at the other end, and it was going to be a clash of the titans, especially how Mbappe won that Poland game all by himself. I felt that Mbappe will certainly be a threat, no matter the defense, no matter the strategy you come out with. And Argentina came out with a perfect strategy for the finals, getting Di Maria on the left side. And Di Maria's story is another thing. He was a very poor boy from the same city as Messi, Rosario, and they hardly had anything to eat. And then he played for Argentina's one of the Argentinian clubs, where he got recognized and he shined in the Under 20 World Cup. Then Messi and him winning the Olympic gold together in 2008 in Beijing, and then he getting picked up for Benfica, then getting picked up for Real Madrid, and initially not having a great season for Real Madrid, but the 2014 Champions League campaign was so amazing, and it was Di Maria who was pulling all the effort, pulling the team, and creating those scoring chances for Cristiano Ronaldo in 2014. Uh, then I don't know, matlab, कि after the World Cup, he couldn't play the 2014 final. He moved to Manchester United, where again he got Louis Van Gaal, who again treated him badly, and he had to move to PSG, where again he found some good form. So it's been a start-stop career for Angel Di Maria. I felt he's been one of the greatest players for Argentina. Very underrated, scoring in all the crucial finals, scoring in the Copa America final. But I felt the master move of the entire tournament was starting Di Maria on the left side. He had not played much in the tournament. Um, he didn't have to play much in the tournament, and he was not fit completely. But starting him on the left side, because Argentina were already overloading on the right side with Molina, with Messi, and even Rodrigo de Paul. And to start, you know, Di Maria on the left side totally confused and stretched the French defense, because they were prepared to handle Argentina on the right side, but they're not imagined what Di Maria could do on the left side. And I felt that showed in the first goal itself, which was a penalty, and it was Di Maria schooling Dembele totally. I mean, and Dembele should be fired from the French team for giving such a soft penalty and such an obvious kind of trick which was employed by Di Maria. And then Messi converting that penalty, obviously going strong to his right. Uh, I think Loris should have jumped right, but anyway, then comes a beautiful counter-attack goal, and it was all started by a Messi facing towards his own goal and then making that pass. Uh, and to, I think it was McAllister, and what a play that was. McAllister then passing it to Di Maria, who had an easy finish. Nothing is an easy finish in a World Cup final, but still, Di Maria kept his composure to finish that ball. But it was all started by Messi and Molina on the right side, McAllister. It was a great team goal, and one of the best goals I have seen in a World Cup final in terms of counter attack, because normally we don't see such goals in World Cup finals, because it's so tight, and teams ensure that there is no counter attack. But there was some lapse from the French side, which ensured this beautiful goal. And the, there was and obviously 2-0 lead, but France was not getting the possession. Mbappe was almost invisible throughout the first 80 minutes, and then the game turned on its head with Mbappe getting that penalty. He gets the penalty, and he's able to score, and then he perfectly uh, gets that volley, which was a pass from Marcus Thuram. Obviously, France had replaced Antoine Griezmann and Giroud, so they were just going for speed, and they were going for big physicality, which they are known for, and it worked. It clearly worked because France had good chances after that. They started getting more of the ball, and extra time was, I think, the most beautiful passage of play there. Obviously, Messi scoring that beautiful goal again, uh, and that triangular play between Messi, Alvarez, and uh, that was too good. And Enzo Fernandez. I mean, Messi scoring that crucial goal, and Montiel just with 5 minutes left in the game, there's a handball appeal, and Mbappe equalizes. And we know what happened in the penalties. I would have said France were the favorites in the penalties because it was the law of averages. But I think everything had to come down for the moment of this footballing century for Messi, one of the greatest final ever played, and the legacy of Messi will, I guess, live on. Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup, heartbreaking, mostly because he was benched, he was benched probably because the people of Portugal wanted it. The people of Fernando Santos, who was the coach in 2016 Euros, probably saw something because he never used to drop Ronaldo. He never used to drop Cristiano Ronaldo in 2016 Euros or even in the UEFA Nations Cup. But he dropped him, and Gonzalo Ramos scored a hat trick, which even incentivized the dropping. And he felt like, I can't go with Cristiano Ronaldo. Even though I felt in such big games, you have to go for your biggest gun, and they just had to go for Cristiano in the quarterfinals. But yeah, quite disappointing. And but now Mbappe has come, and he's making sure that he will break all the records if he remains fit and remains in control of his career, because 12 goals in just two World Cups, and the record is all Miroslav Klose's 16 goals, 15 goals or 16 goals, that can be easily beaten. Even if he manages to play one more World Cup, I think that will be beaten. And things are looking bright for France because they didn't have their full squad here. They had a lot of injuries. Paul Pogba was not there. Karim Benzema, I felt there was some internal politics, because there are reports that he was fit uh, and ready to go from the round of 16 onwards, but he was not played. Many of the teammates, I think, they don't like Karim Benzema, even though he's one of the key clutch moments player. What he did against PSG in last year's Champions League is just amazing. So obviously, and Paul Pogba was not there. N'Golo Kante was not there. So with relatively weak side, what the French have managed to achieve on the back of Giroud and Mbappe and Griezmann, Griezmann's link-up play, transition play, it's just been amazing. And I feel France have lot of trophies coming in the future. Um, and Mbappe's legacy, he could become the GOAT. He's already Pele's great friend, and Pele is already always complimenting him. He's a true entertainer, Kylian Mbappe, and the acceleration that he has in short spaces is just amazing to see. And the opposition gets scared. The opposition fans get scared every time Kylian Mbappe has the ball. And I was just seeing a video of Messi and Mbappe assisting each other in PSG. There have been like 15 or 16 times they've both assisted in a very short period of time, and it's just beautiful football to see. uh, I think the presence of Neymar complicates a lot of things because Neymar is and Messi, they have their loyalties towards each other, being South Americans. Although Neymar, I felt stabbed on Messi's back when he left Barcelona for PSG, but I feel ki, I feel Neymar on quality side. Um, in actual goal contribution, he's not as good as Messi or Mbappe or even Cristiano Ronaldo. He has certain other skills. He's a big match player, definitely. But can he do it day in, day out? I feel no. So I think that's about it. So just wanted to capture this entire journey, and Cristiano Ronaldo versus Messi will be one rivalry that fans of our generation will remember for a long, long time. And what a time it has been for all football fans. And culmination of Messi winning this trophy after years of disappointment in Champions League, crumbling down in the away leg uh, to unbelievable scenes like Roma, Liverpool, or PSG, Bayern Munich in that one of uh, COVID time quarterfinal, and Atletico Madrid and Ronaldo obviously dominating the Champions League, but and also winning the Euros, but he couldn't. Uh, he has won five Champions League now, but he couldn't win it with Juventus, couldn't win it with Manchester United. Now, what's the future standing for him? Will he go for Arab clubs or will he go for MLS? That's the question. And can Messi and Mbappe combine again and forget what happened, the animosity of the final, and combine again for PSG, be the professionals that they are expected. Gareth Bale is one name I felt could have been a great player, but got injured so many times. I felt he did a phenomenal along with Di Maria and Modric. He was one of the phenomenal players of Real Madrid. Real Madrid, simply the standout club of the last 5 6 years. Before that, it was Barca, and maybe it's time for PSG now to dominate Europe. Yes, we have had English clubs like City who have not failed to win European cups. We Chelsea won a European cup that was an upset, defeating City, and we had obviously Liverpool dominating some football at a point, and the French, Spanish, English club, obviously Bayern Munich also won. So it will be interesting to see the dynamics of football in Europe going forward. But the trophy, the finalissima, has also given something exciting to watch. How Argentina beat Italy in the final and won a trophy, another international trophy for Di Maria, Messi. That was also quite interesting. Now we have that trophy as well to look out for. But yeah, interesting. I think it's end of an era with Messi winning that trophy, and we'll have to see what the future holds. Who are the new superstars coming? Mbappe is there, Haaland is there, and we have to look out for players like Sergio Gnabry and other players to shine out. Julian Alvarez and Gavi, Pedri. Obviously, Vinicius Junior is already made a mark in world football. So we'll have to see who are the new stars of the next generation. And I think that's it. End of an era. What a rivalry. Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, Mbappe. Just loved it. Just loved this World Cup. Thank you, guys. Thank you for tuning in.